What's up, guys? This is Borrow 3.8 a day, and this channel is created in order to grow and explore with you all together during current crazy global financial market. So today is April 21st. It's Wednesday, small weekend. So as usual, we're gonna check into the US stock market real quick to see what's going on right there. And let's take a look. So yeah. The market is in another day of mild pullback after the historical record high a few days ago. So it's a mild pullback after a little bit stronger pullback yesterday. So S&P 500 is down for 0.13%, while Dow Jones Industrial is at a flat right now. Well, Nasdaq is down a little bit stronger. It's down for 0.41%. So yeah, before everything today. So once again, like if you haven't done so, please give me a like, subscribe down below with some of your comments and opinion. So we will, like, once again to mention, we will donate to charities like every month, like based on the number of likes, subscribes, and the amount of comments every month, and disclose in detail in the broadcasting and short video to let you know what's going on for our donation. So simply like work with us to do something good to the society, even though it could be just a little bit, like $100, like few $100 donation, because this channel is not for profit yet. So I mean, so I'm not like making any money, but I'm still I mean, more than happy to do the donation. But like later on, if we got a chance to become a for-profit channel, as mentioned, I would donate like at least like 20 to 50% of the income we got from YouTube to and make a donation to charities recommended and advised by all the audience and the subscriber, and then we will disclose everything in detail monthly in our broadcasting. So yeah, I mean, like once again, other than making profit, trading, investment, let's do something nice or kind to the society and the community. So yeah, okay, so let's get back into the market. Okay, so Dow Jones Industrial Average is turning into green from earlier red. Just right now, it's up for about 0.11%, and the pullback of S&P 500 and Nasdaq is contracting right now. So yeah, let's see. According to Reuters, with an eye on voters, UK PM Johnson sets up policy delivery unit. According to Bloomberg, stock pullback deepened on earnings. Virus woes, market wrap. Stock market news, live update. Stock trades slightly lower. Netflix shares weigh on Nasdaq. Dogecoin boom is a retail phenomenon driven by Powell giving money to everybody. While Dogecoin's recent price surge has captured Wall Street attention, Galaxy Digital CEO is urging investors to be very careful, cautioning that the jump is a retail phenomenon. It's like what happened a while ago about the AMC GME events. So yeah, like from last weekend I mean until so far, like Dogecoin has been the I think it's the hottest topics going on in the market. So like later on, let's take a look into this article. For this video, Dogecoin boom is a retail phenomenon driven by Powell giving money to everybody. Dogecoin's recent price surge has captured Wall Street attention. The cryptocurrency shot up more than 400 times in the past week, bringing in its market cap to more than 50 billion before pulling back from all-time highs on Tuesday. The meteoric the meteoric climb initially began around the time of the Reddit-fueled meme stock trading rally, following a discussion on Reddit about making Dogecoin the GameStop equivalent of the crypto space. While some investors and celebrities have jumped on the bandwagon, including endorsements from well-known names like Shark Tank investor Mark Cuban, celebrity chef Guy Fieri, and Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Others are using caution. The CEO of Galaxy Digital told Yahoo Finance on Tuesday that investors have to be very careful with Dogecoin. This is a retail phenomenon being driven by the fact that Chair Jay Powell is giving money to everybody. There is too much money in the system. This is very much like Gamestop, where these mint coins tap into something in the young, new investors base, and it becomes fun. It builds momentum, and they want to go after the shorts. So yeah, I think like how do you think? I mean, have you been like one of those trading Dogecoin or Bitcoin so far? So there's still different parts. I mean, of like thinking, the supporter and the I mean opponents for Bitcoin, also for Dogecoin, and but just along the way of the debate and the turbulence, a huge amount of capital and money has been like a whirlwind in this pool of Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So a lot of people have gained a lot, while a lot have actually lost a lot. So it's just a game. It's just a game of like it's just a game for fun, or like once again in the broadcasting 2 days ago, we were talking about the disorder and the kind of like the um the glitch of the financial system and the price discovery. The traditional way to for price discovery is totally not working right now. So I mean, like it's not working for a lot of the traditional assets like equity bonds, let alone Dogecoin or Bitcoin, this kind of like cryptocurrency. So yeah, this I think like the financial systems, the financial professionals, and also like the modern booming financial assets are, I mean, seeming to creating certain kind of like continuous chaos, like one after another. I mean, there are a lot of uncertainties about this. So Okay. And they say, the Galaxy Digital CEO say this is a retail phenomenon being driven by the fact that Paul is giving money to everybody. I don't think it is going to have legs because it is all retail and all of a sudden there is nobody behind it. No institutions coming in, no strategic buyers, nobody is working on how to make Dogecoin part of your portfolio. This is I mean, that's the thing. So nowadays, like just some like Twitter posts or some of the some like words or speech just I mean just like pop out from nowhere, or some of the celebrity through all kinds of internet media. A specific kind of asset can just go with a surge of price. So yeah, is it a healthy phenomenon, or is it just something scary? The Dogecoin was created about 8 years ago by programmer Jackson Palmer and Bill Marcus as a joke, using popular meme created by a Shiba Inu dog owner in Japan. Last week, Dogecoin skyrocketed after Musk tweeted Doge break barking at the moon, and that wasn't the only time Musk fueled spikes in the value of Dogecoin. Earlier this year, he tweeted, "Dogecoin is the people's crypto," which triggered a 60% price jump in just 2 days. This is extremely crazy. Can you imagine, like, I mean, just forget about like Dogecoin. Can you imagine like certain stocks with like a huge capitalization of like a 50 billion could like a surge for like a 60% or even like a 600% in just like few days? Is it normal, or it's really something to like a freaking out the market? Okay, this is the picture. So today, Dogecoin is one of the largest digital cryptocurrency, reaching a market cap of more than 50 billion. 50 billion. So it's kind of the size of like just like any specific blue chip company. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Although Wednesday morning Dogecoin plummeted by more than 20% compared to crypto leader Bitcoin, Dogecoin is still just a fraction of Bitcoin's 1 trillion market cap. But another article we're gonna read later on just said the major attraction of Bitcoin is actually the volatility of it. Dogecoin rockets in 2021 cryptocurrency surge. Yeah, this is the historical chart of Dogecoin. Looks pretty insane. Kind of, yeah, pretty sick, right? So the latest jump in Dogecoin has prompted some crypto investor. Music. This is kind of like right. The latest jump in Dogecoin has prompted some crypto investors to compare Dogecoin to Bitcoin's recent rally. What's the point to compare? It's like compare like nuts with the like cycle. What's the base to make the comparison? While both have recorded significant gains since the start of the year. It's important to make the distinction between the two cryptocurrencies. It's very wrong to compare Doge to Bitcoin or the other coins. The amount of CapEx and OpEx that goes into keeping the Bitcoin network decentralized and up and running each year is immense. Doge is a dog, no pun intended. Okay. So, like, do you believe in Dogecoin so far, or like Bitcoin? And in your mind, what would be the comparison? What would be your thoughts? Please leave some comments. We will do the donation. And also, like when we receive a good amount of subscriber comments, like and views, that we will start playing some kind of game to give out some like rewards to the subscriber and supporter, providing us with most the most likes and the views. Okay. Yep. So let's take a look into the video about this one.
It's addressing an audience. The ETF's an important, piece of the crypto arsenal. Mostly because it's addressing an audience that wasn't buying crypto before, right? It's mostly the wealth audience. They're the 50 to 80-year-olds who own most of the money, both in Canada and the U.S. And so, a lot of people still call their financial services companies, their brokers, their asset managers, instead of getting a Coinbase wallet or a crypto wallet. And so this is a really efficient, low fee way for people to get crypto exposure. And there's been Bitcoin ETFs in Canada, and now what's exciting is this is the first ever Ethereum ETF. Ethereum is by far the second biggest ecosystem coin, with tremendous amount of activity on it. And so couldn't be more excited to partner up with Kurt and the guys at CI. They've been innovators in this space, and they're the biggest player in Canada. And so exciting for the space because it gives people access.
Kurt, when we talk about access, I don't think anybody disapproves of the democratization. I'll call it the democratization of wealth, because being able to get in is important. And with Ether, I mean, the disparity between it trades at about $2,000 versus Bitcoin right now at about $56,000. Can you help us understand why the big disparity and why someone might want to have maybe a fractional exposure to Ether or even an ETF exposure to Ether over Bitcoin?
Sure. So when you're looking at the various cryptos, Mike's certainly your expert there. I think from CI's perspective, it's important for us as Canada's largest independent asset manager and Canada's largest independent wealth manager to make sure that we're offering clients exposure to a variety of different strategies and as many strategies as possible. So when we think about servicing our clients, what we're really looking to do is to deliver what they're looking for in whatever format and structure that they're most interested in. So the relationship we started with Mike and the team at Galaxy started in the Bitcoin space in a closed-end fund. The Canadian marketplace opened up and allowed us to do an ETF, which we launched together. We followed that up with a Bitcoin mutual fund, and now we're bringing to market the world's first Ethereum ETF. So for us, it's all about exposure, and I think I'm very excited by the fact that the Canadian regulator has approved these strategies, because now clients don't have to go away from their advisor to access cryptocurrencies, which is essentially what they were forced to do beforehand. By not having a managed product in the marketplace, they were forced to hold them in wallets sitting outside of that very important, very critical advice-based relationship.
Hey, Kurt, when you're taking a look at this investment, I think a lot of investors would ask themselves, why buy this ETF versus just investing in Ether directly, or in other cases, just directly investing in those cryptocurrencies? What's the case for that?
I think there's two things to consider. One is fees. So we not only have the world's first Ethereum ETF, we also have the lowest fees globally. So our management fee is normally 40 basis points, which we waived to zero through June 15th. But then secondly, which is the point I just touched on, I think people need high quality financial advice. So we have Canada's largest independent wealth management platform. We also have the fastest growing RIA platform or private wealth platform in the US as well. And we get a lot of inbound demand from clients asking us, how do they think about digital assets? How do they fit in their portfolio? How does it stack up from a deployment of capital relative to other asset classes? So now having it in this friendly format and structure, it allows them to get advice based upon those particular assets, which they couldn't do in the case of Ethereum as of yesterday. So I'm very excited when people look at our strategy relative to other options. It's the cheapest you can buy. I think Mike and his team at Galaxy are the world leaders in crypto, which is why we were very excited to partner with them. And also now people can get access to it through their financial advisor, which I think is absolutely critical to think about it as part of a holistic, balanced, advice-based portfolio relationship.
Mike, what do you think the Canadian regulators understand or are doing that the regulators here in the United States do not, because we have to go across the border if we want to take part in this trade?
Yeah, listen, the Canadian regulators are one step ahead. There's no doubt about it. It is surprising to me that the SEC has been so slow. I assume with Mr. Gensler now, taking the seat officially, that's going to speed up. He understands crypto well, and he likes Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, he taught a class on it at MIT. It makes no sense, right? That we've been so slow, right? They allowed the Grayscale Trust, which was a pretty tough way for retail to participate, right? They paid high fees. It traded at a premium to the price of the underlying for many months. Now it's trading at a big discount. Yet the SEC allowed that, but didn't allow an ETF. So I think, kind of shame on them. And, hopefully Canada is showing the way.
Mike, we've got to ask you about Dogecoin, because this has been something that's been trending here on Yahoo Finance, and just taking a look at the chart, it's been pretty astonishing. Yes, today it's giving back some of those gains, although it's only off just over 10%, and the gains over the past week have been just extraordinary. I'm curious just to get your thoughts on this, because it started out as a joke, yes, but investors.
Yeah, I think, sorry for cutting to this. So, I mean, so through the video of the discussion, and also I think it's just the discussion we have been, we always have about for cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Dogecoin. So different people is always saying different things. It's not like stocks or bonds. So there will be a consensus in the markets. There will be a base to make some analysis, evaluation. But for cryptocurrency, there's there's not a base. There's not a fundamental or any a standard technique to make the analysis and the price discovery. It's just all about the hype, right? It's just all about feeling. It's just all about sensation or the compulsion from the overall market. Even though I'm buying some a cryptocurrency and making a good profit, but is it really something that we will keep running? Keep working on in the mid or long term?
Some investors are finding a reason to buy it.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with Doge. It's a dog, no pun intended. This is very much like GameStop, where these meme coins, tap into something in the young new investor base, and it becomes fun, and it builds on some momentum, and they want to go after the shorts. It's very wrong to compare Doge to Bitcoin or the other coins, right? The amount of CapEx and OpEx that goes into keeping the Bitcoin network, decentralized, up and running each year is immense. The amount of developers working in and around the system. But, you got to be careful to be short Doge. As you see, it's, rallied 2,000% or something in the last few weeks. And, it's down 20% from the highs today. I don't think it's going to have legs. I quite frankly don't, because it's all retail, and all of a sudden there's nobody behind it. There's no institutions coming in. There's no strategic buyers. There's no one working on how do you make Doge part of your portfolio. This is a retail phenomenon being driven by the fact that Chairman Powell is giving money to everybody, right? There's too much money in the system, and it's driving asset prices up. And so you see these little crazy episodes from time to time. I mean, GameStop, I still look at GameStop and have no idea how it has a $10 billion market cap.
Kurt, I meant no.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, like everyone's saying, oh, it's a good target to trade like in the short run, and like we shouldn't just like miss the opportunity to take some profit from here. But like everyone just have like no idea. Everyone is so confused with the hype like from here. So like, yeah, it's just like they say the Dodgy is a dog. There's not a base to make the analysis and the price discovery. So yeah, it's just like AMC, like even till today, the a lot of like retail investors still like just like a Russian in and out for that, and it's like the same way they do for Dogecoin, but just like yeah, what's that? So I mean, okay, it's just like I mean, for a lot of the object, the gambling object, like we do in casino, or we gamble for like a whole horse race or a lot of things. We have some like reason. I mean, we have some parameters and the factors to do the analysis, right? I mean, there will be a something like the condition of the horse, and the background of the horse, the profile of the horse, and like in casino, for like every game there are different rules for different games for us to make the estimates. Or a lot of time it's also other than the gambling skill, a lot of time it's also it's also a thing of the statistic, right? Opportunity. It's not opportunity. The statistic and the yeah, statistic kind of things. But for Dogecoin, for AMC, GameStop, it's not even has anything to do with like a statistic, or it just yeah. I mean, like different people analyze this kind of thing like in different way, but the major things that push these assets to surge are all about compulsion and the retail phenomenon of like a grouping feeling, grouping hyper feeling. So I mean, and this kind of thing just like keep these kind of phenomenon just like keep popping out from U.S. financial market. So from the financial market of the strongest economy in the world in recent years. So that's really odd. That's really weird. That's really strange. And I mean, from my 2 cents, I wouldn't think this is something like a healthy and a good to I mean to be in the system for a long term.
Offense when I said having to go across the border, since I do have relatives in Toronto and Montreal, and I'd be happy to trade there on the Toronto Exchange. I am curious though, this discussion of Dogecoin, which I like to call doggy coin, do you worry that it might undermine confidence in ETFs and crypto ETFs and even crypto in general when perhaps Dogecoin, when the bill comes due?
I don't think so. I think about when you're investing in products, you really have 2 separate decisions. What is the asset class or the exposure that you're looking for? And then ultimately, what is that structure that you're looking to access it in? So in the case of CI and our partnership with Galaxy, we've chosen to focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum for the time being. As Mike mentioned, the largest and second largest digital assets out there. And that's what's important to us. And then the rationale for the ETF structure is the vast majority of investors are most comfortable transacting in ETFs, but we've also made them available in mutual funds as well. So I would venture to guess that people are going to look at each in isolation, similar to Mike's point on the GameStop phenomenon, and not really carrying that forward to other individual stocks or securities that have very different characteristics and dynamics.
Mike, you mentioned the fact that there's no institutions behind this, so lots of questions just about, I guess, clearly the real value of it, but where Dogecoin goes from here. We had a guest actually on our air yesterday saying that he expects Dogecoin to cease to exist here in the future. Would you agree with that?
You know, it could. Listen, these coins are owned by communities, right? There's a decentralization to them. And what I've learned is they're almost like European soccer teams, right? They have their own songs, their own mythos, their own vocabulary. If you're part of XRP or the XRP army, or if you own Luna, you're a lunatic. And so they die more slowly than people predict, right? I think of it sometimes like when President Trump started getting all this support, you kept scratching your head after he made kind of gaffe after gaffe or did one horrible thing after another. He's like, well, who can keep following him? Who can keep following him? And he never lost his support base. There was this group that just they're gonna die being President Trump supporters. And in some ways, some of these cryptos will go down slowly. Now listen, prices are set on the margin. If there's not new money that moves into the system, the price goes down. And so I do think the price of Doge will head back, much lower than it is as the energy gets lost in the Doge 420 or the excitement of the young kids trying to push it up. But I'm not positive it goes to zero. There will be some diehard Doge community that supports it somewhere.
So for these professional, it seems answer is negative for Dogecoin only. So we can see that all the major indices just had a jump from the red back into green today. So S&P 500 is up for 0.21%, and Dow Jones Industrial is up for 0.39%, while Nasdaq index is also turning back into green with a rise of 0.04% right now. It's good. So yeah, it's much better than what I expected. I thought the market was still in a continuous pullback, probably for another few days, but yeah, so far it's just like coming back right now. It's good. So let's Dogecoin price crashes as Dogeday hype fade. Dogecoin just like dropped like over 20%. Drop over like 20% yesterday. The highest yesterday was like around 0.42, and the lowest was like around 0.27, which is which is like a 40% price movement in just 1 day. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. It's just like it's just something like what a penny stock would. And but I mean, when we look into an hour chart or like a 15-minute chart here, for those like price action traders, I think like maybe like somehow Dogecoin could be a good target to trade, as it seems to be like from the 16th this month, it's been going up and down between 0.25 and the 0.45. And then like so I mean, if you're a intraday price action trader, so we can see there is the range of consolidation here, and just have a downtrend breakout here, and into another range of consolidation here, and just have a uptrend breakout all the way to this range consolidation, and just have a downtrend breakout to this range of consolidation. So one range, two range, three range, four range. So there are like totally 4 ranges in the past couple of days for us to trade with the range consolidation strategy. So yeah, that's also something to make money and profit in the short run for those intraday price action trader. And for now, yeah, it's seemingly to be. I think it's kind of getting into a triangle contraction range. Before probably I think it will be going with another like jump from the it's still I would still believe that's gonna be in a upward trend in the short to mid term, in the next 2 weeks to just in the second quarter from like April to June. So like for me, I think this would be good for range trading, and with a strategy to trade with a upward breakout trend in the short run for the second quarter. So yeah, so we will see if that's the case. Like later on, we will keep a close eye on the price movement of like Dogecoin. Yeah, in the next couple of days, a couple of weeks. So yeah, the article, Dogecoin will probably cease to exist, veteran trader said. This is also mentioned in the previous article and the video. So let's see. We'll see what's going on. These. Do you think Dogecoin will probably cease to exist? Let's take a look.
I want to keep this market conversation going and bring in Eddie Gabor from Key Advisors Group and author of Common Sense Bull. Eddie, always great to have you join us. So Jared just finished on crypto, and I want to pick up there with you. I was reading your notes, and you had quite a bit to say on it. Wondering how folks should be approaching cryptocurrencies right now. We saw Bitcoin under pressure, as we just saw from that chart that Jared showed. Many of the cryptocurrencies under pressure right now. And I, of course, have to ask you, what is your thoughts on Dogecoin right now?
So I look at Dogecoin as more of a speculative play that when this bubble bursts, it will probably cease to exist. That's my opinion. In regards to crypto, Ethereum and Bitcoin are the two that I think will last even through the bubble. I look at crypto the same way I look at the technology bubble that we saw in the 90s. And then ultimately that busted in March of 2000. That will happen again. We are absolutely in a bubble. That's why you're seeing asset prices inflate the way they are. And crypto is the most speculative of all these risk assets. So I personally believe there's still a lot of room of upside over the next few months in crypto. Again, I'm mainly referring to Bitcoin and Ethereum because I do believe that they will continue to be here many, many years down the road, and they are going to become more and more of an asset class that institutional managers will continue to add to. So Dogecoins and the other ones, again, they're great to talk about because of the moves they're having, but I don't look at them as a real asset.
So then what would you say to investors who maybe have been sitting on the sidelines watching this bubble get bigger and having FOMO. I mean, when is the opportunity, or has that ship already sailed to jump in here? And if so, I mean, you said you like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Is that where you would be guiding investors right now?
Absolutely. Look, now you have to have the right risk tolerance for crypto because these 20%, 30% moves and corrections, it's very normal. So Saturday, fortunately, I was awake when the crash happened and I added a little bit more for my own personal portfolio. Those are the times that you want to be adding to those positions is when they have these big corrections. Many times it's a tough thing to do to buy while everything seems to be crashing, but putting it in perspective, it still has had a heck of a run over the last 12 months. And again, as long as we are in this reflationary trade that we believe is going to stay intact, at least for the next quarter, possibly two, Bitcoin and Ethereum will probably be one of the higher returning asset classes because it is a truly risk on trade.
Yeah, like to this point, just adding to some of my comments, I mean, in the as I just mentioned, in the past like 52 weeks, I also heard a lot of like some of my private connection from Hong Kong and U.S. saying like some of those institutional like hedge fund managers like trading and they like kind of like amassing their position with like cryptocurrency. They also talking a lot about it, Dogecoin. So yeah, as just I mentioned by this video, I mean, a 20-30% pullback is really normal along this like just a market crazy run. So yeah, I mean, like for me, I would also like to add some more position. As I just mentioned, I think I would like have like two major two strategies for Dogecoin in the short run. Like one is for a more like active like intraday trading when there is any like a breakout trade opportunity or like a range trade opportunity, while another part of the position will be maintained for like a little bit like mid-term strategy for the next like 2 to 3 months. Because I mean it's just like for every like crazy run in the market for every asset, I mean it can I mean the energy would just not won't just like die down in just like a few weeks or a few days. Especially it has been there for like more than a year and keep like surging up. So these would I mean I think definitely some opportunity to take some profit in the short run, but just have to be careful if you are not like experienced and professional enough for like trading I mean with like a specific asset like this.
And they will not completely collapse until we do have that bubble burst.
Eddie, what advice would you give, though, regular investors who are invested in crypto right now? I mean, you say you bought on the dip on Saturday. People might be looking to day trade this stuff, right? Which we know could be dangerous on lots of different levels, but also there is a tax implication there. In fact, we're going to talk a little bit later on about IRS guidelines regarding crypto. So what would you say to investors who maybe aren't very versed on tax implications, especially as it pertains to crypto? What should they be thinking about?
Well, number one, I don't think day trading is not something that's going to work in the long run for most investors, in my opinion. I think you have to look at it the same way you would look at your fixed income position, your large cap position, is figure out based on your risk tolerance, what percentage you would want to go into that speculative asset class. And let's say, for example, it's 10%. Put that in your portfolio and then just keep it there. Don't day trade it. And then when you're rebalancing your portfolio, it will force you to buy more when it goes below that 10% position. And that's how you rebalance your portfolio for the long haul. But if you're going to try to day trade and time this, it's too difficult of a task for the average investor to be able to do that, in my opinion.
Eddie, let's say you're an investor that has had a bit of FOMO, but does not have the appetite for the risk levels that you're going to need to get involved in cryptocurrency. But you're looking out at the market and you really want to put your money to work where there's going to be some opportunity, where should you look?
Right now, we think the best place for upside here in the near term is in the energy space, mainly oil. Oil is one of the recovery trades that has had a really bad month. It's when we had that March sell-off, you had the NASDAQ drop double digits, small caps, and all the areas. But oil is the one that has not bounced back. And because of the pent-up demand and travel that we're going to see over the upcoming months, we think oil has tremendous upside. And it's also one of the only sectors that's not to the pre-pandemic levels. A lot of these other stocks have hit pre-pandemic highs. Oil has not. So we think oil is going to continue to go up. And these oil stocks have a lot of catching up to do to get to where they need to be. So for the right investor, we think that's the best place to be adding if you have not had a position in energy plays.
All right, Eddie Gabor, author of Common Sense Bull, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, so the analyst just like mentioned his thoughts about he thinks that like oil price would be some like a good asset to trade or invest in the mid to long run, since I mean the stock market and the capital market has been going crazy since last year, but the oil market just had a like mild recovery yet without like catching up with the surge and recovery of other assets. But for me, I think this could be caused by a lot of like things, because like we a lot of like different country, or I mean every country is trying to work hard on like green energy right now. And you know, that's how like Elon Musk has been like so successful, because the you know the I mean the EV, the electric vehicles, and a lot of things are, I mean nowadays a lot of powers and a lot of things are kind of like powered and run by electricities, by like a green energy, like solar, like a wind turbine, like a, you know, just so I mean like oil is still something that we should, I mean, look from I mean from an aspect like the way we look at like 10 or 20 years ago, or you have like different thoughts about like I mean, other than Dogecoin, what's your thoughts about oil market? Do you think the price of oil will be going up, or just in fluctuation in the mid to long run? Like, please leave your comments down below about the oil market. So yeah, the U.S. market is like Nasdaq is down for 0.08%. Dow Jones is up for about 0.5%, while S&P is up for about 0.5% as well. And the yeah, but like so U.S. market is still strong. Like once again, American are just still strong. Like you know, as the citizen of the greatest country in the world. And so like other than the U.S. market, like I mean it's not working quite well. I mean in Asia market today, Hong Kong market was down for like 1.76%, and Korean market is down for 1.5%, while Japanese market is down a lot. It's down for 2.03%, while China market is in a narrowed consolidation today. Yeah, so like almost like every stock market around the globe has been going crazy. As just I mentioned, it's something like what we mentioned last time. the China market is more, I mean, follow more. I follow the China market more. So after a recent pullback, there are Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong are kind of in a consolidation at a relatively low, low level after the pullback like 2 months ago after Chinese New Year, while Japan and the Korean market are in a consolidation at their historical high price level, and the Taiwan and the Germany market has been making like a breakthrough. Like historical high, like along the way with like U.S. market, but today like Japan and the Germany market. Like today and yesterday, just Japan and the Germany market just had a stronger pullback than the others. So that's about the movement for different indices in other country. So this is okay. So this article is saying that yeah, later on, like hopefully we will still have a little bit of time to share like Cathie Wood's new strategy, the U.S. stock queen, the modern stock queen. Okay, so for this article, it says interest in Dogecoin, much like GameStop, you have to be careful when shorting. Yeah, so as just mentioned, like it's a hyper runway trend. Like even if you don't believe in that, don't just like jump. Don't try to jump. In front of the trend to stop it. You will get crashed. It's like what's been happening from GameStop. So let's also have some information here from this article.
The ETF's an important.
I think that's a similar one from what we saw like here. Yeah, just from like a CEO of like Galaxy Digital. Yeah, so so we will have enough time. So like today, I also like post the links of the article and information I shared down below in the description channel. So when you have time or interested in just feel free to get into to pick up more from there. And so we're also gonna have a quick look over this article from Benzinga. According to Benzinga, Cathie Wood is loading up on these 4 tech stocks in 2021. The Cathie Wood, the founder of ARK Invest, is taking Wall Street by storm with her unconventional thematic investing. Namely, she follows an innovative fund style to find hyper growth stocks with game-changing technology. I'm really curious, like where was Cathie Wood like before 2020? Like, yeah, next time we will spend some time to dig into Cathie Wood's background. And yeah, as just I mentioned yesterday, next time we should like spend some time to dig into Cathie Wood's background to see what's the story of like in the past of Cathie Wood, and if she has any connection to other institutional investors or even some like politicians. It's very interesting here. So certainly her unique method is working. To be sure, 5 out of 6 ARK ETFs posted more than 100 returns in last year alone. Results, her funds saw a massive inflow of 20.6 billion, according to data from Morningstar, Portfolio Insider, and Nasdaq. Recently, Wall Street saw a heavy rotation into value stocks. Okay, heavy rotation into value stocks, but don't count Cathie Wood as one of them. Instead, she's doubling down her bets on these innovative companies. The benchmarks are filing up with value traps due to the pace of innovation in fields including artificial intelligence and robotics. We think the big risk is in the benchmarks, not what we are doing. Billionaire Cathie Wood's predictions are must follow because of her historic returns in the last 3 years. With her picks soaring many times above their original share price. Case in point, last year, Ms. Wood's ARK Genomic Revolution ETF, ARK Innovation ETF, and ARK Next Generation Internet ETF reaped returns of 160%, 200%, and 160% respectively. Now, here are 4 technology stocks with huge potential that Cathie Wood has bought for her funds. Yeah, we also went through the article yesterday for some of the major picks of Cathie Wood, and yes, the same of what we saw yesterday, other than the one Unity software. So as just I promised, yeah, so we still have enough time. Let's just quickly go through the some of the fundamental profile of these 4 stocks, selected by Cathie Wood. So the first one is Coinbase, listed in Nasdaq with just had an IPO 2 days ago with a ticker COIN. Surely Cathie Wood is bullish on cryptocurrency. Cathie Wood is bullish on cryptocurrency. So yeah, that's the thing we wanna keep an eye on. She has been buying hand over fist in the largest cryptocurrency exchange and digital wallet service provider, Coinbase. On the day when Coinbase made its public debut, ARK Invest scooped up 750,000 shares. Days later, it added another 350,000 shares to its position. Never shy from making bold predictions. Cathie Wood believes that digital wallets can develop into the most valuable technology of this era, pointing out its unprecedented speed of organic growth. Digital wallets is very important, so I'm gonna repeat 3 times. Digital wallets could become the most valuable technology development per user of almost anything. Digital wallet could become the most valuable technology development per user of almost anything. We're pretty excited about that. If you were to draw a graph as we did in our big ideas showing how JPMorgan got to these levels, it was one acquisition after the other, whereas Cash App and Venmo, because they are viral in nature, have gotten there organically, Cathie Wood said. Recent reports have supported Wood's prediction. The digital wallet payment have surpassed the physical card for usage at contactless in-store payments and at the point of sale (POS) 2020, according to the Global Payments Reports. Plus, in-store cash payment fell by at least 50% in 2020 in an advanced economy. This is very important. Cathy Wood is the big fan of cryptocurrency, big fan of Coinbase, right? So as for second one, Unity Software, listed in New York Stock Exchange with the ticker U. A real-time 3D development platform, Unity Software is trading at a bargain basement price in Cathy Wood's view. She has been boosting her Unity Software stake over the last 2 months as the stock fell by 34% year to date. Buy the dip. Despite the recent sell-off, the company's future fundamentals look strong based on revenue growth projections. Unity Software expects 2021 revenue in the range of $950 million to $970 million, in line with the company's plan of sustaining 30% revenue growth in the long run. Unity CEO John Ricciello said, as the leader in creating and operating tools for the world of real-time 3D content, we continue to invest with the intent to capture what we believe is a substantial opportunity ahead in 2021 and years beyond. And the third one is Spotfly with a ticker SHOP. It's well known that we have been following. And the fourth one is C Limited with a ticker E, listed in New York Stock Exchange. Cathy Wood has also been on a shopping spree with C Limited this year. The biggest lure of C Limited is how they can integrate dozens of their businesses into each other. C Limited has tentacles in esports, mobile gaming, e-commerce, digital payment, and food delivery services. And the company is aggressively expanding its market penetration outside its home country in China, especially in Latin America and Southeast Asia, in those areas with the hugest population around the globe. So we can see the profit, we can see the potential for C Limited. This is very interesting one to look at. These segments have generated triple digital revenue growth for C Limited. As a result, its consolidated revenue grew more than 100% in 2020, and it expects to extend that momentum into 2021. Cathy Wood first initiated a position in C Limited during the final quarter of 2019, and she has only continued to add her stake over time. So Cathy will always disclose his portfolio and positions publicly. So these are some of the stock Cathy Wood has been following for more than 1 or 2 years. So so once again, we will definitely spend some time to check into the historical chart and some of the financial portfolio, financial I mean, financial data of these couple company like in the next couple days. So if you have any thoughts about like Cathy Wood and he's like I mean like promising and a phenomenon funds ARK or some of these major stock picks selected by Cathy Wood, Coinbase, Unity Software, Shopify, sorry, and C Limited. Please leave your comments so we can discuss further. And with your like, support, subscribe, and comments, we will always do some donation to the charity recommended by you. And also, we will, I mean, later on, we will also play some games to give out the lottery and the prize reward back to those subscriber coming to our channel as the earliest subscriber and earliest viewers, the earliest to give the comment at the beginning. We will have some gain to give out the reward to those subscribers. So okay. So the U.S. market is back into green. It's going up. S&P 500 is up for 0.33%, while Dow Jones Industrial is up for 0.52%, and Nasdaq is also back to the green, to be up for 0.21%. So yeah, the stock market is still crazy, still hot. I mean, so yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Be careful. I mean, like, other than like making money and chasing the greed and profit, just remember to be ethical and conscientious and moral, to do something good to your health and happiness. Do something good to your family and friends and yourself. Okay, so that's about the end of the broadcasting today. So please give me a like and subscribe with some of your comments and insights down below, and we will check out more until next time. Check it out.